With the Terminal List Season 2 now having a release date, I can safely say 2026 has a very strong case for the best action thriller year in recent years. I mean, just look at the lineup. We already had The Night Agent Season 3, which came out this year in February, Taylor Sheridan's Marshals, a spin-off of Yellowstone, Netflix's new Man on Fire series, another adaptation of A.J. Quinnell's novel series following the earlier film versions, and Cross Season 2. That's definitely too many agents and covert missions at this point, but no complaints here though. Keep it coming, Prime. I might just forgive you for cancelling The Wheel of Time. We also have Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan Ghost War, a movie sequel to Prime Video's Jack Ryan, which is now listed on Prime Video as a 2026 action thriller film. So it seems Prime is working round the clock. And today we are going to be talking about The Terminal List Season 2 and everything related to it, because with Reece entering the chat, 2026 may end up as a ridiculous feast for action thriller fans. And frankly, I am ready with the remote. Release date, episode count, where to watch, and why this could be the definitive chapter. After making its loyal fans wait for 4 long years, The Terminal List Season 2 is finally in sight, and this was confirmed by none other than Chris Pratt, the endearing Star-Lord from the Guardians of the Galaxy films. More recently, Pratt returned as the voice of Mario in Universal and Illumination's animated sequel, the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Anyway, Pratt made the confirmation at an Amazon upfront presentation and made it official after the anticipating fans were given a broad 2026 window. He shared a video from Prime Video's Blue Carpet through the Terminal List Instagram account saying, "We announced that the Terminal List Season 2 is dropping October 21st. Let's go, man. I know you're excited. I've been so excited. You're not going to believe what we've created for you. I cannot wait for you to see what we've cooked up for you, so let's go, baby." Backed by Amazon MGM Studios and Civic Center Media, the second season is officially titled The Terminal List True Believer and is set to premiere exclusively on Prime Video on October 21, 2026, with all 8 episodes dropping at once. The first season came out in 2022 on Prime Video and kinda received a mixed response from the critics and the audience. While the critics had a lukewarm reaction to it, the audience score was much stronger. At the time of the early backlash, Rotten Tomatoes showed a sharply divided response, with critics hovering in the low 40s while the audience score sat in the mid-90s. And maybe that audience response helped prove there was still a serious fan base waiting for more. So, mark your calendars, guys. The adrenaline is around the corner. From green light to global espionage, what Season 2 adapts, and the story we expect. Pratt is not someone new to the world of espionage. After all, we have seen him play a Navy SEAL back in 2012's Zero Dark 30. And this is where Pratt and Jared Shaw, a real-life former SEAL-turned-actor, met. Jack Carr, the writer of the Terminal List book series, was an acquaintance of Shaw, and they both knew each other from their Navy days. So, while Pratt was in his early days of starting a production company and wanted to build something of his own, Shaw passed a copy of Carr's book to him. Coincidence or what? Later, Carr admitted that he had Pratt all along in his mind while he was working on the book, and secretly hoped that Antoine Fuqua, known for The Magnificent Seven, would direct it. Funnily enough, Pratt was also a part of The Magnificent Seven. I mean, how could one not say that the Terminal List was all along Pratt's? However, it was not a smooth road ahead because Pratt then got into a rights battle for the book. But when he learned that he was up against Fuqua himself, they decided to call the truce and instead teamed up to bring the world of the Terminal List alive. Season 1 of the show arrived on Amazon Prime Video on July 1, 2022, and followed Pratt as Navy SEAL Commander James Reece. Reece's response, instead of therapy, was to hunt down the people responsible for it. Now, in Season 2, which is based on Jack Carr's second novel, True Believer, the stakes are even higher. A short version printed at the back of the book tells its readers that a bomb at a holiday fair in London leads to the horrible deaths of many people and rapidly collapses the nation's market. This attack soon gives way to coordinated assaults, and it gets real messy. However, nobody really knows who is behind the attacks or what they want. The only thing clear is that America needs to get its house in order before the bloodshed and economic collapse get out of hand and bring the country to its knees along with its ally. So you see, the premise is buzzing and action-packed. The book picks up with Reece now recognized as a wanted fugitive in the US and thus seeking refuge in Mozambique. While the CIA has labeled him a domestic terrorist, Reece, in a total The Godfather style, is given a full presidential pardon for all the shenanigans he pulled in the Terminal List. We have seen this happening innumerable times, but the one I could think of at the top of my head is from Suicide Squad, where Amanda Waller, a government agent, pulled out criminals to form a squad and work for the US government. So we see something similar happening here, with the whole "we need you because you are the best" trope. But let's hope the series gives it a fresher touch this time. After that, there is no looking back for the newly free former SEAL commander. Reece goes after terrorist leaders, including an Iraqi ex-commando linked to terror attacks. And based on what Pratt and the team have said, Season 2 sounds far less contained than the first season. It's bigger this time, and as showrunner David DiGilio described it as a massive global theater, my hopes are way, way up. Pratt, on the other hand, has hyped the show with real chest-thumping energy every chance he got. He raved that the second season takes place all over, from Moscow to Langley, across the Indian Ocean, southern and northern Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. I just got back from Africa. We've already started filming. It's going to be unfucking real, dude. I'm telling you, the Mercy actor said while promoting the same. He also added, "This is bigger. It's more intense and ambitious than anything we did in the first season." And how this time they have set the bar so high for ourselves, and it's all about deeper, darker conspiracies and an intense storyline. This time, Reece is not fighting against people who ruined his life for good, but now it's Reece against a world of intelligence agencies and countries fighting one another. So while the episode count matches the first season, Reece is playing a bigger and a lot more dangerous game this time. Pratt also appreciated the team and added, "Our whole team poured everything, our hearts and souls, thousands of people into making this season worthy of the fans who made the first season such a phenomenon." Additionally, Pratt also promised more military authenticity and heart-pounding action because you spoke, we listened. I mean, how can one not expect great things from this season when Pratt cannot stop talking and teasing about it? I mean, geez, Pratt, take a seat, man. The franchise may not follow the books beat for beat, and Jack Carr has already acknowledged that adaptation changes are part of the process. Prime Video has already opened Pandora's box and has made this a whole franchise thingy after it came out with the prequel, The Terminal List: Dark Wolf, on August 27, 2025, with Taylor Kitsch reprising his role of Ben Edwards along with Pratt's Reece. Before Dark Wolf, the show could have remained a one-season adaptation of Jack Carr's first James Reece novel, but after Dark Wolf, it's now a proper franchise. So, it wouldn't come as a shock if the show was not 100% true to the books and only followed the feel of them. But as of now, where that road takes Reece, though, we still do not know. The creative brain trust and the full production journey. The thing I really like about the Terminal List is that everybody involved in the project knows their vision and what they want the project to look like. And that's something we get to see rarely. We already know that the series is executive produced by Chris Pratt through his production house, Indivisible Productions. Pratt is joined by writer and showrunner David DiGilio, author Jack Carr, Antoine Fuqua, who directed the first episode of Season 1, and Kat Samick through Hill District Media. So you see, the big boys' table is pretty serious, and they mean business as usual, but it's the right amount of authenticity that the crew is running behind. They made sure that the focus remained on military culture and the men who have seen too much and say too little. Hey, you can agree or disagree with the politics of the show, that's totally fair, but you have to give it to the creators for putting in the effort to know the world of military and intelligence better and the cost it comes with. Carr has often said that the work was meant to speak to service members and veterans who could see that the team put in the work. So to make it as authentic as it can get, Jared Shaw, a former Navy SEAL and now an actor, is an executive producer on the show. Along with him, Max Adams, a former Ranger, is also a part of the project. The series also has many military veterans as writers, actors, on-set technical advisors, and directors. That includes former Navy SEAL Ray Mendoza, who directed the acclaimed war film Warfare. Their job was to oversee the action and authenticity work, and tell the people around that no trained operator would blow up a tank, dude. So kudos to the team for going the extra mile. The series comes in collaboration with Amazon MGM Studios, MRC, and Civic Center Media, and is just a few months away from us. Now, the real test is whether the show will stand on every promise made to us, or leave a bad taste in our mouths. Who's back? Who's new? And how Dark Wolf connects to Season 2. Prime Video has a confirmed list of the cast for the Terminal List Season 2. Chris Pratt is back in the lead role as James Reece, which of course had to happen. Along with him, we also have fan favorites back like Tom Hopper as Rafe Hastings, Constance Wu as Katie Buranek, Dar Salim as Mohammed Farouk, and Luke Hemsworth as Jules Landry, so we have a mix of Season 1 survivors and franchise faces carried forward through the wider Terminal List universe. Now, an interesting addition to the list is Gabriel Luna, who fans might know as Tommy from The Last of Us. He will play Freddie Strain, a former SEAL Team 6 senior chief who now works as an officer with the CIA's ground branch. He is described as a man with dual lives. On one hand, he is a skilled sniper, while on the other, he is a man dedicated to his family. Freddie's character also has a big role to play in the next chapter that's about to unfold in Reece's life. The dynamic between Freddie and Reece also sounds interesting. Reece will teach Freddie that desperate times may demand choices outside official rules, while Freddie's undying loyalty to family, country, and the correct cause may help guide Reece towards his own redemption. So we might get an unexpected camaraderie and probably a few deeply stressful conversations. So, looking forward to it, man. Joining the cast, we also have Martin Sensmeyer, best known for the TV series 1883. Here he will play Sergeant Major Otakte, a character with a moral spine and a respected warrior who just cannot put up with abuse of power in any way. Additionally, J.D. Pardo has also teased the return of FBI agent Tony Layut. Since Season 2 is described as a globetrotting mission, we see new faces as well. Prime Video has confirmed Kosta Ronin, Olga Kurilenko, Yul Vasquez, and more for the new episodes. However, this concerns me a bit. Can too many names hurt a thriller? That's a genuine question I would like to ask you guys. Do let me know what you think about it in the comments. Anyway, while the creators are super ambitious about making this season larger than the previous one, and I respect them for it, my only worry is that the first season resonated with the audience because the story focused on Reece, and I, as an audience member, was all in. But now, with so many faces and so many storylines on the screen, will Reece's story hold the same emotional tug? However, I am also excited to see how these characters will expand the world and how each person might bring out a side of Reece we didn't get to see in Season 1. Delays, discourse, and why Season 2 took this long. As we talked about, Season 1 found its place among the viewers, with reports noting over 1.6 billion minutes viewed during its first full Nielsen tracking week, but at the same time, the critics were left unimpressed. It was criticized for being too heavy with the political themes, and was even called an unhinged right-wing revenge fantasy. Jack Carr responded directly, and said the show does not mention right, left, conservative, liberal, and he also said the 95% viewer rating, the audience rating, makes it all worth it. We didn't make it for the critics. Carr also said that the critics bashed the show because there was no unnecessary woke stuff that's shoved into it, and thus did not serve their agendas. Pretty gutsy of the man for calling out the critics like that, isn't it? And so, in spite of the divided response, Amazon Prime went ahead with the prequel Dark Wolf and greenlit the second season for the Terminal List. However, the wait between Season 1 and Season 2 has been long enough for fans to wonder whether Prime Video had forgotten about the show. Prime does dirty to good shows, man. Yes, you guessed it right. I am still mad about the Wheel of Time. Anywho, the Terminal List Season 1 premiered in 2022, and while it was renewed in early 2023, it was not until 2025 that we saw actual movement. Part of that comes down to the lead Chris Pratt's availability. He had a packed schedule with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, the Garfield movie, and the Electric State, which left no time for him to pick up his gear. However, Amazon took the gap and gave us Dark Wolf instead of letting the Terminal List vanish for years. This gave Pratt enough time to complete his commitments to other projects and return for Reece's next chapter. Another hurdle was the scale the creators wanted for the show. A large cast, authentic military action, and a global thriller, along with a prequel project, were not easy tasks to fulfill, or as a matter of fact, budget-friendly as well. The Hollywood strike post-2023 did not help either, but now, after years of waiting, we are so ready for some more James Reece, and to see where Reece goes after all that revenge and loss. So you see, the audience has done their part in keeping the Terminal List alive by caring for it, but now it's the show's turn to prove whether it was actually worth our wait. If True Believer can hold it all together, then this may be the season that turns the Terminal List into Prime Video's answers to the modern military espionage franchise. So if you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell me your thoughts in the comments. I will see you guys next time. Stay safe and have a good one.